All right, very unique podcast coming at you. We are live from the Kelly household.
Is it Kelly or Bolden?
It's Kelly. If I ever get all of my names changed, it will be the Kelly household.
This is Kelly and JB.
Jack Kelly and Ellie Kelly. Some of you may recognize the name Ellie Kelly from the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Member of the tribe. Roz and her had a phone call.
We did.
How long ago?
Was it a month?
A month. Maybe a month and a half.
Okay.
Fast friends.
It's hard not to be with this girl.
And we are still in Atlanta. Last night in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We just finished our seminar at CrossFit Identity. We've had a long week of seminars. We did Identity.
We were at CrossFit DFC last night, CrossFit Midtown before that, and then last week we were CrossFit Virus.
And CrossFit Atlanta.
That's it.
Wow. It's become our second home.
It really has. I love Atlanta.
You like the food.
I love the food. I'm moving to Inman Park. That's where it's at. There's a restaurant on every corner.
So, and then tomorrow morning we wake up, we drive to Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
and we do this again. We have a seminar at Rich City CrossFit.
Right.
So, we are at the Ellie Kelly house. The misadventures of Ellie Kelly.
Coming soon. Her own podcast is coming to your radio waves. Watch this space.
Oh, such a good idea.
And her hubby, very accommodating, just sitting on the couch. Not a macro follower. And he's letting us talk about macros while he watches Anthony Bourdain on mute. Oh, look,
CrossFit.
a little gym in
He was doing a thruster for
where
sure.
are they?
They're in Punjab.
In Punjab.
Yeah.
You gotta watch whatever
Oh,
episode
looks like a
of
nut.
Anthony Bourdain.
Look at their rope. Oh, look at that legless
Around
rope
the World
climb.
or whatever it's called.
Now they're drinking dirty water.
You guys are probably really enjoying listening to this as we sit and watch Anthony Bourdain and describe to you
It's
what's going
episode
on.
Season 3, episode 1
Alright,
of
leave that-
Anthony Bourdain,
I wanna
Parts
see that.
Unknown.
I want to see that,
Yeah.
so leave that on pause.
Season premiere 2014.
So
Yeah.
as you can tell, we're somewhat tired and easily distracted right now. So I feel like we should jump right in.
All right, so Ellie was about to ask us a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
And we said, well, we were going to do a podcast. Let's let those questions guide the podcast. We already just went through the story of how we met.
Yeah.
It was great. Everyone should watch the YouTube video.
There is a
about it.
YouTube video called, I think it's just called How We Met. So feel free.
Creative.
Maybe we'll try to put the link in. I'll put the link in this
In the
blog
notes.
post. Yes.
In the notes.
So in the
There you
notes
go.
section. So Ellie, on
Yes. All right. We're going to start easy. This actually might be the hardest one, come to think
you.
of it.
Uh-oh.
If you had to be an aisle in the grocery store, which one would you be and why?
An aisle?
An aisle.
In the grocery store? Well, I think I know which one you'd be.
What would you say? What did you say mine would be?
The cereal aisle.
Oh, that's a good one.
You have to say why. It can't just be like, I like cereal.
But we have to be this aisle.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to be the cereal aisle because I wouldn't want to eat my friends. I would be one of the frozen aisles because there's some variety.
Yes!
Good one. Good
I
one.
was totally
So you
going to
could have
say frozen.
Pizza, ice cream, depending on what store you're at, some of those Amy's, enchiladas,
Yeah.
True.
all in the same aisle.
Yeah, no, I like that. And I was going to say frozen, but then I just remembered my obsession with peanut butter, so I don't even know what aisle that is. But then is that the condiments aisle?
Sometimes
No,
it's
because
in
the ketchup is.
cooking.
Yeah, sometimes it's.
Oh, in the baking
Then
area.
you gotta get like flour. Like, what are you doing?
But you also have
But then you
sugar.
can make a whole bunch of stuff with everything in that aisle. Like
You don't
a
have stove.
variety.
You don't have a stove.
Because you are the aisle.
I guess I don't have a microwave either. Then, by that
Oh,
rationale.
well, I don't know. I think the frozen aisle wins because you can have, you're right, ice cream or pizza or whatever you need.
There you go.
All right.
So
Debate done.
Settled.
Done.
Ellie, what's your answer?
So I taught group fitness classes in college, and I used to always say I was be the coffee aisle because I'm a good motivator.
Mhm.
And now I would probably be the produce aisle because I don't eat enough vegetables. And it would force me to eat green things. Jack, what would you be?
Pizza.
Cheese.
See, in our Kroger, before there's the produce aisle, there's the aisle where there's just like salsa and cheese and like
The fun
meats
foods.
and
Oh, there's a fun food aisle?
Yeah.
But cheese? Is it a
It's
fridge?
like
It's
one of
like
those round.
hummus, salsa, all the good cheeses,
I know
and
exactly what
like
you
mean.
some good meats, all in the same aisle. And I think that's just simple. It's fun. It's the best.
That is
That's
Jack.
the best.
That is Jack.
That's Jack.
Because he said he could live on charcuterie for his entire life.
Simple, fun, good.
I tried to give Jack a Twinkie last night. He wouldn't have it.
He didn't want to
I
take
would
your
not.
Twinkie.
I have
Yeah.
6 more. Eat my Twinkies.
I knew that it was precisely measured for your macros. And
He's just
you
trained from how much
took
trouble
your
he gets in if he eats my macros that have already
You
been
You
weighed and measured.
you've trained him very well.
Side note, if you leave Ellie's apartment, there's a coffee machine that dispenses free coffee all day long. And we've had too much of it.
We really have. You
I've-
definitely
I
have.
had like 8
Oh
today.
my god.
Not to mention the coffee you made and the coffee at the restaurant.
He also chugged 2 right before we went to work out. And I was truly concerned for his heart health.
I'm gonna, when we get home, I had posted on Facebook, I need a food challenge.
Oh yeah.
My buddy John Gilson mentioned no coffee for a week.
Oh my
I think I'm
gosh.
gonna do that on clean eating with plant-based clean eating for 1 week.
What?
Detox. We need it after this
That's-
traveling before the wedding.
I know, but that's intense for
But I'll do,
hitting your body all in one go with all those things.
You're going to be so
or
cranky.
okay,
Yeah, can we not live together at
or
that
we
point
can
in
do,
time?
or I could do 1 cup of coffee a day.
Yeah, you're gonna need that. For sure.
I've done that. That does make you feel good. And then tea,
Eventually.
and then tea the rest of the day.
Alright.
All right, there's our challenge.
All right.
I meant to post about that. All
That's
right,
a good
Ellie.
one.
Second
All right.
question.
Second question. So y'all have been touring now for how long? Like
Just over a month.
just over a month. So what is the one, you each have to have a different one, your must-have item on the road? Like if you did not have this,
That is
the
such,
tour would be over.
that
Can't
is
continue.
such a good question.
I got mine.
I think I know what one of you is going to say,
I
and
know-
I'll see if I'm
I
right.
think I know what you're gonna say. Wait. No, I can't.
And it isn't because it's vital not in the camper, but not vital in the camper. I know what yours will be. Yours will be an eye mask.
Really?
It's not eye mask, actually. That was my initial thought.
Earplugs?
And then I was like, no, earplugs. It's gotta be earplugs.
And mine is the fan.
Yours is a fan. Do you know what I love about this? Neither one of us has set the scale.
No, I don't
That's
care.
great.
The only other thing was going to be coffee.
I thought it was going to be the French press. I was like, one of them is going to...
I actually don't want the French press. Next time we leave with the camper, we're going to put the Nespresso machine in it. When we get to Louisville tomorrow,
Okay, so what else do we need
Justin's-
in the trailer? We need a microwave.
the bed blinds.
The Nespresso machine. This new invention we're coming up with.
But bad
with
news, Jack.
The
You
bed
haven't.
blind.
We gave Ellie the tour of the camper. The bed
It's
blinds
so
can't
cute.
fit.
It can't fit.
The problem is, if you have the bed blind, it will block A, the AC, and B, the shelving. But I have a new idea. A bungee bed. And that's going to be
I
where
heard this.
I kind of said it. So we're going to put Velcro bungee straps or Velcro straps in the ceiling so you can roll up the mattress
topper?
and then put it up
The
top.
mattress topper.
Yeah,
That'll work.
I'm with you here.
You haven't
If
seen
you,
the inside
if you
yet.
had like, you could just have kind of like 4 different pulleys and lower it directly from the ceiling.
But then they're
No,
going to
but
block the AC.
That's what I wanted to do, but the AC is right above it, and there's some shelving units that we need access to.
Oh,
If there's an
no.
engineer listening to this, they could use your help.
Well,
You
so
just,
Anyone
you just need-
remotely handy could probably help
Yeah,
us.
you just need a new camper so that it.
Jack, your solution
We need the
is
airstream.
bang on.
no, Roz and I met people in Stone Mountain
Oh, yeah.
who had a $400,000 RV
Oh
that
my
they gave
gosh,
us a tour of.
It was so pimped
It's
out.
basically like what rock stars travel in. They had
It
2
was
bathrooms,
insane.
like 8 TVs, an alarm where if you came too close to the camper, it went off.
Yeah, a whole load of LEDs outside. These ridiculous lounge leather sofas inside. Oh my gosh. A full fridge.
Yeah. So you're taking your earplugs. I'm taking the fan. But like I was saying, in the camper, I don't need the fan because that AC is so loud.
You actually.
I put earplugs in. The AC is so loud, I have
Oh
no
my gosh.
earplugs.
I was just about to say like it's so loud. It's like the only time that has ever happened. It's like, oh my god, the AC is too loud. I can't have this. It's stopping me from.
And we need to
sleeping.
get a small microwave.
Okay.
Well, let me ask a follow-up question, Ellie.
Okay.
What's the one thing you miss from home?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're in my home, Roz.
So you were asking Ellie.
What's one thing you miss like having with? I know my one thing.
Do you miss having from home? Well, aside from the dogs, obviously.
Oh, that wasn't even my thing.
But
I do miss
I
those.
hope your mom's not listening. What's the one thing I miss from home? I think I need to go off of, after you.
Mine's our toilet.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. Like the one thing that you need your after tonight's discussion at the seminar
I
was
miss my toilet
your bidet.
with my bidet.
Bidet. What do you think mine is?
Yours?
Wendy.
Probably blackout curtains.
Yeah, and then basically I just need to be able to sleep with no light and no sound.
We found out the lack of sleep causes stress.
Wow.
In case you guys did not know that, lack of sleep it actually causes a huge amount of stress. We're super cranky when we don't get enough sleep.
We're gonna get that. What's it called? The bed topper thing.
Oh, the mattress
The
topper.
mattress topper for the camper. That'll be
Because
helpful.
we did not sleep well for 2-3 nights
Not
in
at all.
Stone Mountain, and there were a few,
Jack's cracking open a beer over there.
heated discussions
It's a seltzer water.
Seltzer water.
whilst hiking and whatnot
It was
out in
bad.
the woods.
All right, Ellie.
Okay, now let's get to the harder questions.
All right.
Those might have been. So, do you think the most common misconception that people have about flexible eating?
All right. So we're going into real questions.
Real questions.
Yeah.
Like my other two were not real questions.
Most common misconception about flexible eating. Specific about flexible eating, I would answer that you only eat junk food.
That's a good one.
You know, and I think Roz and I have adapted our stance a bit over the years to the 80-20 that we tell people. You know, 80% should come from good food, 20% should come from food that keeps you eating that good food. While being on the road, for example, today, Roz, where did you take me?
Folk art restaurant.
Folk art restaurant in
in
Mid
the
Park.
park, yeah.
Triple D had been there, and I went over my fat at breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I still had a donut just now from, where was that, Revolution?
Revolution Donuts.
Great donut. But knowing, you know, still so, even though we preach 80-20, some days they're 50-50.
Yeah.
But the goal is to be 80-20. So eat good quality foods, but stay on your diet by eating foods you enjoy.
And I would say probably one of the other most popular misconceptions is that it's really hard. Because I would say that because people have this perception that they need to be perfect with it. I was talking to a couple of girls after the seminar tonight, and they were like, we were just so restrictive that we ended up falling off the wagon and not doing it anymore. And it was like, you just need to do it. You don't need to be restrictive. You just need to track.
That's
Like
so many
this-
people that have done flexible eating, and then oftentimes when they're sitting there, I'm like, well, why are these people here? What are they going to learn? And then, like that one girl that was like, these numbers are wrong, and then they're not wrong, but different. I'm like, well, how'd that work for you? Well, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, you're a dummy.
Well,
You know.
I wish that this guy I met before, I think it was Ben, who was doing those perfect muscle up demos.
It's perfect. Oh, yeah.
Oh
You know
my
what?
gosh,
When-
that was the most phenomenal kipping I've ever seen.
When Brandon used him as the demo for the cleans,
Yeah.
I was like, he's just being nice to this kid. He's like not very good.
I thought the same
Because
thing.
he looked so,
It's very slim.
like
Right.
tender.
Well, he looks
And-
like a gymnast.
And then I was like, and he looked young. I was
Yeah.
like, wow,
he
he's
is young,
actually.
he's in college.
I was like, he's moving pretty well, like for a goofy kid. And then he used him for like a real demo on the muscle ups.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this kid can move.
His kip was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ben, who's studying to become a doctor, he said he was in med school.
Oh, really?
He was saying
wow.
that he was like, is this seminar about macros? And I was like, yeah, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm really skeptical. I try to convince him around to it, and
He needs to eat more.
well, he does, but
Mhm.
and I was like, is it? And that was why I came up with that answer that people think it's really hard because he's like, yeah, it's too hard. I can't meal prep and blah blah blah. And I was like,
We're on the road.
okay,
Yeah.
you need to come to this seminar and you need to just track. And I was like, and also, what's important to you? Like, do you come to the gym just for fun and not care about the results you're getting, or do you want to be big and jacked and get stronger, be fitter, be healthier? And he's like, yeah, I want all those things. I'm like, okay, so make your nutrition your priority then.
And you're in med school. Like, this will be easy.
I know.
Yeah.
And you should know better as a future doctor.
Right. So I was bummed that he did not
Yeah,
say.
he left.
I did not do a good job at selling ourselves.
You
Note to
convinced those
self-
other two people at Virus last week. to
I
stay.
did.
They
But
they barely spoke English.
I was about to say, I'm not sure they fully understood what I was saying.
They're like, we're not exercising.
One, I was talking
This
with
isn't
a
class.
British accent, and two, they did not speak great English. So, anyway,
Nonetheless.
good question. Good question, Ellie. I like
Very good answers. So, if you could only give the tribe one last piece of advice on our flexible eating journeys, no matter where we're at, what would it be?
We each get one?
You eat? Oh yeah,
So we have one last piece.
one last piece
like
of
our
advice.
parting, like we
Like
pass
your
away, and then we
like
close our eyes.
Your parting words.
Don't be an asshole.
Don't stop believing.
All right, one. You go first this time.
I was gonna say ABT, always be tracking. That's what I'd say.
I think that's
Yeah,
solid
sure.
advice. So you're just saying
No
Always
matter what.
track, no
Always
matter
track. I mean, I pretty much stole that.
you
from
make
you.
me do that sometimes though,
Yeah.
and then sometimes you realize you didn't eat as much as you thought, and you get more food.
I know, it's great when that happens.
Yes.
Like
You know,
tonight, I'm
speaking
like,
of,
holy moly,
I
I,
didn't
have
track my
so
donut.
much protein
Plug it
to eat tonight. And had I just gone off of, well, I ate a ton for breakfast and I had that donut earlier, I would have, just stopped eating. But I tracked, I figured it all out, and I'm like, okay, I have a decent amount of protein left to eat tonight. Did you
Okay.
give your advice?
No, I was
Stop
gonna.
trying to look up
I
He's
was-
your
trying to do
donut.
his donut.
I was gonna try to plug in the not buttercream, the mud pie donut, but you can't find that. So I'll do a
You could
Boston
put in
cream.
a chocolate donut and a pudding cup. We,
No, I think
we
it's
got
more-
these. We got.
I think it's more similar to a Boston cream.
I'm with Jay on this one.
That's what I put it in as, but I was saying if you
And
want
I ate those strawberries. So notice, I just plugged that in. Now I'm 31 grams over my fat,
right.
but I still have a ton of carbs left, so
You
it kind
do.
of balances out.
Yeah.
That's the saving your day piece. So I don't want to give the same advice because if they only got one from each of us, we want to be redundant.
Right.
Or would it be like, wow, they both said the same thing. This must be important. So you said always be tracking. Oh, that's good. And I would say, be flexible.
That's
Mhm.
great.
Meaning
one.
like a day like today.
Yeah.
We were at a restaurant. Triple D was there, so I had that. Still enjoyed don't lose sight of when you're hanging out with friends, enjoying yourself. Don't be perfect, but always track.
I love it. Great summation.
That's great.
Now we can leave the tribe. We're out. We're done.
That was Jason and Ross
You
saying
guys
they're done.
don't need us anymore. Just go on with those words of wisdom.
The students have become the teachers.
We're going to continue this on the Misadventures of Ellie Kelly podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out next week.
We are really becoming redundant. What have we done?
We've taught them too much.
Yeah.
That's what I always tell people. Like that woman that was kind of skeptical of us tonight. And I've said this at other seminars. Like, yeah, lady, we're traveling the country trying to make everyone obese.
Yeah.
So we can come back in 3 months and sell you something to make you skinny again.
Yeah, a magic pill.
What I say?
Some slimming
I, was
pills.
like, I said Roz doesn't even have an English accent.
Yeah.
She's from South Jersey. I was like, I don't even know how to do that accent. I gotta learn.
Very good one. So,
All right, let's do one more
one more.
because it's late.
It
Jack-
is late.
Jack has to get up early.
Jack wants to have finished
Let's-
Anthony Bourdain parts on the.
Let's have a vote, though. Let's have a mid-show
Okay.
vote. Hit us up in the tribe on this thread. Which name you like better?
Oh God.
Elizabeth Baldwin or Ellie Kelly? Whichever wins, she will change her name to.
It's worth noting I'm not agreeing to this. And please be kind.
But no, let's not.
Ellie Kelly
wait,
is
wasn't-
clearly the best name.
Wasn't the suggestion that you change your name to Elizabeth Kelly?
My name is Elizabeth.
Or
I mean,
or
the
Beth
full
Kelly.
time.
Oh,
Beth. That
Beth.
was it. Beth. Sorry.
Beth. So, to update the tribe, when my now husband and I got engaged, his mother suggested that I go by a different first name because she did not enjoy Ellie Kelly. She didn't like the sound of it. So,
in fairness to her, it's not like you had to change your name, just a different nickname. Because you're Elizabeth, right?
yes, but you could yell Elizabeth at me during
Do you really not? You wouldn't.
absolutely not.
Like someone says Jay or Jason, I turn around.
Yeah, but that's completely different. That's like me going by Roz my entire life, and then all of a sudden tomorrow, after we get married or whatever, now I'm Lynn.
You wouldn't respond.
That's true.
I'm not
Let me tell you
responding
this,
to Lynn.
like-
One, I don't like the name
We could
Lynn.
teach Marley a new name in a day. You guys can learn a new name.
But when I come back from the honeymoon and I'm like, all right, guys, I am Beth now.
Yeah, that's weird. You change it on Facebook, your friends will start doing it.
I'll try that out. I'll have that social experiment.
Yeah.
All right, one more real question.
One more real
And
question.
then vote.
What has been the most rewarding or the best part of the tour so far? Or what are you most looking forward to going forward on the tour?
Wait, which one?
Oh wait, yeah,
That's
those
a
are
two-parter.
different.
Those are two. Okay,
Let's
then do
answer
both.
both. We'll answer both. Specifically the tour, the most rewarding part
Specifically
of
the tour.
All right, so I'd have to look at a lot. Like,
I already
I'd have to
know
like
my
go back to
answer.
the photos. We're gonna have the same answer.
No, I said I already know.
I know
my
it's gonna be the
answer.
same.
Oh, okay.
You want to say it?
No, you said it. So I'm worried it's not.
It's gonna
the
be
same.
just interacting with people.
Yeah.
Really? If this was a newlywed game, we would be
Oh,
winning.
crushing
We would be
That's
winning.
exactly what I was gonna say.
I know.
It was kind of like during the seminar tonight that I had that moment, and there are other moments
What?
of time where I have that thought, but tonight's seminar in particular, I was like, I am just loving the interaction we are having with people.
Well, that was a great vibe. Great box owners.
Yeah.
Just met them
CrossFit
a couple of
Identity.
weeks ago.
We're coming back.
And, a week ago they signed up. So it just shows also the boxes don't need a lot of time.
True,
Mhm.
true that. Yeah, we had a good turnout tonight. A lot
So,
of people interested.
I mean, obviously the interaction, like the getting FaceTime, like meeting people like Lauren tonight, national champion wrestler, the sommeliers that we met at Junkies.
Oh my gosh, I
My
forgot
gosh.
about them. They were so
Wow.
cool.
Lots of people.
Mhm.
That guy, there was a guy the other night, he was like, where are you from, New York?
Right?
To you, remember?
Oh, I don't even remember.
He was like, I can't tell by your accent. I was like, really?
I was like, really? Okay, I guess I'm hanging out with Jay for too long.
But
24 hours a day.
I'm meeting all those people, but then also, I also like this aspect, like hanging with Ellie Kelly and Jack Kelly, like people we didn't know very well.
Right.
So over the course of the trip, these guys, Jordan from
Hmm.
high school, who's hopefully listening again, seeing him.
Buddy of yours from, was it an L1 or L2 that you did with Randy and
Oh,
Roz?
well, Randy and Rox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him at level 1 last November and just only had texted since then, like hadn't seen him, and then we literally spent 2 weeks at their house.
Yeah. They're like the Puerto Rican versions of us.
And Todd and Renna in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
So quite a few people.
It's been a lot of fun.
And then, what was the second part?
Second part.
What
of
are
the
you
question.
most looking forward to about the rest of the tour?
You go.
I am most looking forward to continuing to eat my way around the country. I cannot believe
I knew
how
that was
much of a foodie place that Atlanta is. It's incredible. I can't wait to come back here. And I'm excited because I believe Louisville is also foodie haven. I can't wait. What's your answer?
I don't know. I think, well, one, I'm very much looking forward to the games coming up soon.
I'm
So
very excited about that.
Part of the tour, but I'm looking forward to seeing all my friends that I only get to see like once a year, some of those guys.
I'm excited for that too. Being in Albany, or are you talking about at the games?
No, the games in Wisconsin,
Right,
I'm saying the judging staff.
Oh, right.
And then I think also that northeast section of the tour to see all the boxes that I used to go to, and
That'll be fun.
you'll get to see my first box and meet people like Austin and Murph and James, the co-author, and a couple other people.
Very cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to eat more and to meet more people.
Speaking of James,
Yeah.
we autographed our first book tonight.
Oh my
Well,
gosh!
I did.
Ellie
Kelly's
Kelly.
book.
It was great. There are pictures to follow. Don't
Oh
worry.
yeah, you got the pictures?
Ross has
Are
them.
they on my phone?
I
Okay.
think so.
And
Okay.
also, we have a second book coming out.
Coming soon.
That'll be
Very soon.
It's getting edited now as we speak. I sent it off today. So,
Cool.
well, we have a free book coming out, a carb cycling free book that should be out in the next next week,
Let's say 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and then Roz's book. We don't want to give away too much on that one.
No.
So cool stuff. Any other questions, Ellie?
How quickly can I convince you guys to come back to Atlanta
We're
and
not
hang
leaving.
out
Oh
with
my
us?
god.
We're not leaving.
Yeah,
Well, I think this is good to have Ellie on as our host every so often, because there are times where we just talk to each other, but it's nice to have some questions.
yeah, I agree.
I couldn't agree more. I'd be happy to be your recurring moderator.
We may need to give you a call whilst we're on the road and
Please
have
do.
you chime in for
You guys
future
should have a
podcasts.
call-in show.
Ooh.
You should do a call. Or
And
take.
Ellie can be like this question comes from.
I'd love to. We could get questions from the tribe and then do
All right, we'll have
hours
them
of
post.
this.
Very
So
cool.
if you're listening still, go to the tribe, the thread that this is on, post your follow-up questions. Ellie will moderate.
I'll moderate,
What's
guys.
the name of the chick on the? It's like on the Tony Robbins podcast. Who
You're
does
the one
that?
who listens to that one.
I
yeah.
love
But you're
Tony
like
Robbins.
You're whatever her name is. She's cool.
You all are kicking off my radio career.
But we're going to be back in Atlanta. I think Roz and I are debating, or not so much debating, but trying to figure out if we're going to stay on the road throughout the winter.
What do you think? I think maybe we should have another vote about it.
Well, we want to just have some longer stays in places.
Yeah.
Atlanta being one, Colorado being one, probably Orlando with Roz and Randy. And we need just like one more, 4 2-week stays.
Go somewhere in Texas, like Austin
Oh,
or
yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
in Austin.
Texas.
We'll go Austin.
Such
Oh
good
my
food in
gosh.
Texas.
There's
We'll
a
help
theme.
Corey, we'll help my sister at Cow Tipping Creamery.
Put macros in her ice cream.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great answer there.
Alright.
All right, that's it. Time for bed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All of us have to get up early except for you, Roz.
Why?
Because you get to sleep in. We all have jobs.
Alright, fair enough.
All right.
I'll be good with my earplugs.
Ellie, thanks for being the host.
Anytime. Thank you for letting my podcast debut be with you two.
You're welcome.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Jack
Yes.
Kelly, thanks for
Yes,
being so hospitable.
it was wonderful having you guys.
We're not letting you all leave either, so
Well, we have
surprise.
Also,
Sweet.
podcast debuting.
We also have a new Christmas tradition.
Oh, yes.
I'm excited for that. We're gonna-
We've decided we'll draw names,
Yep.
and you have to get a pair of Christmas
Pajama pants.
pajama
bottoms.
pants.
They don't
Like
have to be
it's
Christmas
right.
themed.
General pajama.
Yeah, you
Right.
get a pair of pajama pants. We were gonna do what do they call it? The Dirty Santa
Right.
style, but the three of us are about 5 foot, and Jack is about 6 foot.
Jack is about
So
6'3".
No one's claiming those except for Jack, so it wouldn't be as fun. Although maybe that would be the fun of it.
That would be. I mean, I somehow managed to fit in.
Like, there's just like a super ugly, like, tall pair.
At least we could roll them up. He just had them like
He's got shorts.
He's got capri pajama bottoms.
Like a Barbie tall pair for somebody who's like 6'3", and then
You'd look good in a Barbie pair of PJs,
Yeah.
huh?
We gotta
You
get him
could
on
rock it, you
macros. We
could
gotta get him
rock
on
it.
some macros.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we should vote for that on the tribe. Who votes that Jack Kelly should take
That's
up
unanimous. Unanimous
Uh-oh.
decision.
All right, before we cause a rift in the
marriage.
Kelly Kelly household, I think we better tune out.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks, Ellie. Thanks, Jack. We'll be back next week.
See you then.